I really feel like we've been manipulated about having kids at a young age. Motherfucker think because you grown 18, 19, 20, 21, man, that ain't exciting to have no motherfucking kid. It's not exciting to have a kid when you ain't established shit. But they didn't made it where as though niggas is throwing baby showers. Everybody's excited to have a kid when they broke. All you doing is celebrating the struggle. Next thing you know, you down the welfare office. Next thing you know, you at the child support office. Next thing you know, you need some money. Why do we celebrate having kids at a young age and we can't take care of them? That shit is crazy. That ain't no fucking celebration, man. That shit there is you preparing for the struggle. But they got us thinking that it's a celebration. Straight up. Niggas will go out there and spend their last on a baby shower just to tell people RSVP, you know, this where my shit at. Go buy my shit here at the children's place. Go buy this here. You can buy me this. You can buy me that. Come on, man. This the mentality they got us on, though. Yeah. You know, it's like, but these are the things that, you know, people don't pay attention to. Oh, I'm bringing a life into the world. You ready to bring somebody in the world to struggle and then complain about it. Oh, I'm struggling and I ain't got this and nobody's here for me. And why the fuck did you have a baby? Why didn't you just wait? You couldn't wait? Oh, I ain't into having abortions. So you're not into having abortions, but you into sitting here struggling, complaining about why you ain't got shit. Does that make sense? Hell no. They done got us mentally messed up with this shit. This is why the world's so messed up, because of how everything is taught to us backwards and is celebrated backwards. Everything, you know? You got some people that don't even understand this shit I'm saying. Real shit. Some people don't even understand it. Well, if I get pregnant, I'm going to have my baby. All right, you going to struggle too. Well, I got a job. Nah, don't tell me you got a job and then you not paying attention to, you got daycare, you got responsibilities, clothes, you got all this shit involved with the child, doctors, you gonna miss work, child gonna be sick, you got all these responsibilities behind this shit, but you celebrating having a child, talking about I got a job. Yeah, you got a job, all right, but your job ain't strong enough. Yeah, I got some in the savings. Your savings ain't big enough. You not established enough. But you putting yourself in this situation, and now you blaming somebody else. They don't want to help me. The family don't want to do this. It's like, it's the same fucking cycle over and over and over again. The same cycle. Now you watch somebody you know personally go through this and then you sign up for it. Yeah, I really feel like, you know, we ain't supposed to have children until we older. If you can't have none, then fuck it. So be it. I feel like we not supposed to have children young. Straight up. I feel like everything that they try to get us to do when we young is what's holding us back from being anything in life. This is why, you know, if we being real, right? Straight up. This is why we being real, right? You know, people that have these kids and shit at a young age, they going through what they going through. Because they feel like, I gotta have the kid now. Just wait. If you wait, things will be more established. You'll have more experience. You'll know what not to do. It's like you learning everything with the kid. And now you want to say, I grew up with the kid. You learning everything with the kid. Why not grow up and then have a kid? And then, you know, they encourage niggas. Yo, you should have a baby. No, they shouldn't have a baby. Yeah, they should not have a baby. No. And, you know, one thing I'm going to say this, and this is some real shit, right? Hey, ladies, stop encouraging your friends to struggle. Real shit. You know, it's crazy. It's some ladies that will go through this struggle themselves. They will experience it. Man, that shit ain't no beautiful thing to struggle, man. That shit's not beautiful. Motherfucker thinking like the kid is a toy. Yeah, it's beautiful to struggle. Stop encouraging the other young girls to struggle, man. They encouraging them. Nah. It should be looked down upon for somebody that young to have a child, man. Nah, baby, not yet. You ain't ready yet. It's like you celebrating that young girl about the struggle. You celebrating it. Yeah, she about to have a baby. Now, you act like you gonna be there for her. Yeah, I watch the kid anytime. Soon as you get mad at her, I ain't fucking with the kid. Nah, don't bring him over. Man, ayo, it's a lot of shit that's backwards. A lot of shit. You know, it took me a long time in my life to find peace and understanding, you know, and I ain't even gonna lie. You know, to this day, man, I don't give a fuck about a lot of shit. I don't even care. You know, it was one point in my life where I gave a fuck about everything. I don't care what nobody say, how they feel. I don't give a fuck. Real shit. It's a lot of shit that I don't care about, you know, that I, you know, felt like I had to do because everybody else, the world said, man, I don't give a fuck. Straight up. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not getting invested into some shit that's only making me miserable because you want to play mental games with some shit. You know, it's a lot of people that play mental games with this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people play mental games with this shit. You know? Yeah. You know, and I keep it a buck on here. You hear me? I keep it a buck. And I used to be so involved with shit. You feel what I'm saying? And people played on that. You hear me? They played on it. They played on it. And they played themselves. Straight up. I used to be super involved with a lot of shit. You hear me? A lot of shit. Now, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know? I understand shit. Nigga, I'ma die. You hear me? I know that for a fact. Yeah. I ain't living to please people. And I know I'ma die. Now I'm living to please me. Straight up. I'm trying to please me. Yeah, I want to live this life. You know, it's a lot of people sacrificing their life for other people that wouldn't do the same for you. Not one bit. They wouldn't put their life on the line for you. They wouldn't sacrifice their life for you. And you out here putting your life on the line for them. Straight up. If you was in a bad situation, they'd go the other way. Yeah. You know, there's so many kids that ain't got no problem putting your ass in a nursing home and say, I got my own life to live. You hear me? And, you know, when you haven't experienced something or understood it, you just confused about it. You think different. When you see it firsthand and you experience, it's a different ball game. There's so many of them. They act like, I'm here for you. Nah, I got my own life. You gotta, hold up. You done bent over backwards. Straight up. You done sacrificed, did everything under the sun. And when you need them, oh man, they'll tell you quick, I got my own life. And then, you got some people that say, hey, they got their own life. You ain't got to do that. But then say, you got to do this. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to be real with myself. Shit. I'm going to be real with myself. You know what I'm saying? In today's world, too, it's a lot of disrespect going on. It's a lot of disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it a buck. Nigga, I'm going to keep it a buck. If you in my present and you a kid, I'm going to whoop your ass till I can't walk. You hear me? I don't give a fuck. If you an adult, straight up, don't come around me think you're going to disrespect me because I'm going to smack fire out of your ass. Straight up. This is a fact. I'm not taking no disrespect at all. And it's a lot of them in today's world that are disrespectful. You going to call the police on me because I'm going to whoop your fucking ass. Straight up. I'm going to make sure you understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's the era I come from. You know what I mean? It's a different era now. You know what I mean? It's a different era. The shit I come from, you don't give a fuck how old you are. Straight up. You can be an adult. Moms will grab the broom and smack your ass. Straight across your fucking head. Grab the frying pan. Smack your ass straight across the head. Don't give a fuck how old you are. Now, they got the parents scared of the kids. Straight up. Got the parents scared of the kids now. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I'm not playing. Straight up. I'm not your friend. It's the difference. Now, the parents want to be the friend. They out there smoking weed with the kids. They acting like they friends. I'm not your friend. Go out there and play with your friend. Straight up. Real shit. I don't want to be your friend. No, I'm not looking for a friend. I want you to respect me. If you can't respect me, don't come to fuck around me. This is a fact. If you ain't got no respect for me, don't come around me because I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You're going to call the police. You're not going to be talking to me disrespectful. You're not going to be talking to me like I'm your friend. Straight up. I'm not doing it. I'm not your friend. Straight up. I'm not your friend. But this is what's going on in today's world. This is why the kid don't got no respect for him. Straight up. My grandmom used to say my shit like a rubber band. Soon as you say something, pop! What you say? Huh? Hold up. Shit like a rubber band. Damn right. Now they got it different. They want to lock you up. Straight up. My mind frame is take the motherfucker with you. Yeah. Take them. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Hey, listen. In today's world, you gotta have that type of attitude. Take them. So what? I don't care. You gotta have that attitude. You can't have it. Oh, my baby. Now they gonna play on you. They gonna play on you. Now you wondering why they disrespecting you. Because they gonna play on you. And I ain't going for the shit. Nah, you gonna treat me with respect. That's what it is. I don't need you to pay my bills. Fuck out of here. Yeah. You and this motherfucker make the bills go up. I don't need you to pay them. They go up. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it's a lot of people that, is encouraging this activity. Nah, you got to come together collectively, or let them go out there and learn on their own. I don't give a fuck if it's the hard way or not. Let them go learn on their own. Hey, you respect something better. When you learn hard way, you might be mad, but you respect it better. You know what I mean? And I'm going to just keep this a buck. If I didn't learn the hard way, there's no way I would have bought me a $500,000 house at 29 years old. Straight up. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Straight up. I would have not started buying properties in my 20s if I didn't learn the hard way. I had to go out there and learn the hard way. And I really appreciate all of the things that I went through learning the hard way. I appreciate it because those things is what gave me, the clarity, the understanding. They gave me what I needed, as in the tools to understand to be responsible. You can't learn how to be responsible without experience. You can't just tell somebody how to be responsible. If you do, they're going to go out there and mess up some things to learn what not to do. So, hey, let them go out there, learn the hard way. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I feel like, in my young days, what made me so strong was that, when I would call and ask for something and I felt like I needed something and they say, I ain't got it right now. Straight up. When I see other niggas got new shit, I'll be like, damn, can I get this? And then I don't get it. That shit gave me a different drive. I'm like, man, shit, I'm going to the street with this shit. You hear me? And then it gave me understanding, whereas though, all right, I've been through this. I don't want to go through this. Now I'm on this. Experience in the street when you young, it does give you an understanding if you got the mind state to transition. But if you ain't got the mind state, you could be stuck out there forever. You know what I'm saying? You want to from yourself. Because I know some people that was in the street, and I'm going to say even, male and females that was out in the street, might have been out there, the girls in their whole phase, doing whatever they was doing. Young girls. When we got older, they matured and then they grew up and they understood how to be responsible. And I know some girls that wasn't with none of that and got older and got lost. Straight up. Got older, now you want to try the street shit. So now you out in the street and you older, you ain't experienced that shit when you was younger, and then you get lost. Now you hooked on something. Now you out here selling your cootie cat. Now you trying to find a guy to, be around you that's into the same shit you into, but all he doing is pushing you further in the streets. I done seen it both ways. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? So I think, that experience in the street, it helped me. I ain't even gonna hold you. Cause I'm street smart, I'm book smart, and I understand responsibility. So the shit just give me like an all around. You know what I'm saying? I understand responsibility, street smart, and I'm book smart. And like on some real shit, I feel like, man, I wish I would have gotten to the internet years and years ago. But then at the same time, I say to myself, that wasn't the time for me to do it. I was still learning, still going through things. I'm still experiencing things. Now, I gotta be real. This is the perfect time for me to fuck with the internet, because I don't have a desire or urge for anything that I've done in the past. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always had like my mind set, you know, on some real shit. This just me keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a block nigga. Straight up. Like, listen. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga was out there, nigga, I get to it. Straight up. I know how to buckle down, save, don't spend nothing, and grind around the fucking clock. You know what I'm saying? My shit different. You know what I mean? I'm in a different zone when it comes to that shit. Right? So I always had in my mind that if I had to, I'm gonna go back. That's what my mind frame was. If I get my back against the wall, nigga, I'm gonna go get a pack. Straight up. Because I know how to bubble that bitch overnight. But my mind frame now is, no matter what, I'd never go do that. So when I say to myself, I wasn't ready then, I'm ready now. The shit that I would do then, I won't do now. Straight up. You hear me? The shit that I would do then, I would not do now at all. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all y'all that rock with the channel. Just being real. The shit I would do then is the shit that I wouldn't do now. You know, my mind has a different mentality. And I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. You know, I understand, yo, with this right here, right? We bringing it from the mud. So, you know, this shit gonna take consistency. You know, I understand that. You know, we bringing it from the mud. This straight from the mud. And I appreciate all y'all that rock with the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of like-minded people over here. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know your host, DZ. I'm going to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? We could talk about anything, but you know what I'm saying? One thing, you know, that's not my style to keep the people brainwashed. You know what I mean? I'm building on some other shit.